Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks, Futures, and Forex Market Preview for Thursday the 22nd and Friday the 23rd of December 2022. We're wrapping up the year now, obviously, at this point. Let's talk about the roadmap real quick, and then we'll get into the markets. So people are now leaving for the holiday things. It's been a kind of a slow year. We had a pop this morning. We'll talk about that in a minute, but then just dead flat the rest of the day, dead flat on Tuesday. It looks like the holidays start a little early. Obviously, travel conditions are going to be sketchy in a lot of the country with all the weather. So, I would say Thursday and Friday, not going to be exciting. But, we'll see. I'll definitely take a look at Thursday and maybe show up for Friday morning. But at that point, everybody's in vacation mode. Monday is a holiday. Markets are closed. All the markets are closed, so we have nothing there. And then the last 4 days of the year, the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th are the slowest days of the year. And so that typically is a waste of time. Most people don't even trade that last week. We'll poke around a little bit and see, but I wouldn't expect much. And then the following Monday, I do like this layout though. New Year's Day is a Sunday, so the following Monday, the 2nd of January, is the holiday. Markets are closed, which means when we get back to work on Tuesday, we're just back to work. We don't start on like a Thursday and have a Friday and then have a Monday and then people take a longer weekend. The longer weekend is built in. So a lot of this stuff is, layout-wise, I'm happy with where we're at and what this is probably going to look like. All right. Let's get to the markets. Here's the dollar index daily chart. As you can see, 11 down on the dollar index, not quite at 12 yet, so a little bit slow there. But if we get to 12, then obviously you'd expect a little bounce in the dollar index. Pound dollar's the inverse of the dollar index, sort of right now. Euro dollar's the inverse of the dollar index. It's basically a mirror of the chart. Obviously, the pound yen slipped back this week quite a bit. The ES front month futures contract, the daily chart of the broad market, in futures form, as we like to look at it. And we were up a little bit today on Wednesday, but we'll look at what that looks like from an intraday perspective. Remember, we can still get to a 13 and a true 13 fairly easily on both the ES and on the S&P 500 if we just get back up to about anything over that 8, so maybe the 40-40 level. I mean, it's a little bit up, but if we get up there, we're going to be a 13 sell signal. A legit one, not just the aggressive one. S&P today was up 56.82. NASDAQ 100 was up 163.46. This is still very near the lows. Obviously, the Russell 2000 also up a bit today and hanging where it is. I got crude oil sitting at 78.56. Off the lows, but way off the highs for the year, obviously, and gold sitting at 1828. Got Bitcoin at 16,843, moving around that area right now as we do this. It's been down for a while now. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, slipped back and then flat today. So we're near the lows, but nothing special. The VIX closes. Now, here's the interesting thing. The VIX, it's got a 13 buy signal as of today. Okay? So remember, a buy signal on the VIX means market topping usually, and we don't get a lot of these. I mean, we haven't had one in a while. So it's going to be interesting to see if that leads to something. But certainly you wouldn't expect too much next week because nobody's around and all the weather and all that stuff. But we've got a 13 in place, so if the VIX spikes, the markets will obviously be heading down in that mess. The advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ, plus 1678, way more stocks up than down. The trend closes at 0.41, a very low reading on the trend, but the 10-day moving average is still 1.13, so that doesn't really affect us. Here's the, if I slide this over, this is the week so far on the ES. So we banged around a little bit Monday and closed lower, banged around early Tuesday and really did nothing. And then Wednesday we got the gap up and the push and then dead flat for the last 5 hours of the day. So right now we're up for the week on the ES and basically up a little bit on the NQs, right? I mean, just barely. Apple gains $3.38 on the session after breaking that risk line finally and having a kind of a down week before that. Amazon now has a 13 buy signal in place, and it was up $1.61. Meta up $2.77. That 13 buy signal back in October was the low on that one. Google gains 73 cents. Kind of funny to see Google at 89 bucks. But look at that. It bounced right off the static trend line to the penny, which is always fun to watch. Goldman Sachs closes up $5.67. It's been down the last few days. Netflix up $10.61. Tesla up $3.70. No, I'm sorry. Tesla's up 57 cents. So reversing the downtrend there for the short term. Nvidia was up $3.70. Zoom, not much here either. Pretty flat. So that's it. I mean, I don't expect much. Now let's preview also what we're going to give you between now and the end of the year. We will do a market preview over the weekend for next week, and that might be the only preview for the week. Honestly, it's just we'll lay out the economic calendar and everything, but again, that's last week of the year. Most people don't even trade it, so we'll see what happens, and then we'll get back to work. New year, new everything. Everything starts anew. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading